2024 batch Indian Administrative Service Officer Shri Verma is an alumnus of illustrious Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur and IIM Ahmedabad, who has also been associated with the Department of Telecommunication as ADET. He has worked in most difficult parts of Northeast to include Nagaon, Golbara and Shivsagar, handling very challenging law and order situation. Later he was also district magistrate of Dibrugarh district. Shri Niraj Verma has steered multiple projects while serving with National Highway Authority of India and was also posted as Principal Secretary Power with Government of Assam. It's a great honor to have you amidst us this afternoon, sir. May I request you for the keynote address, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you for your valuable
distinguished participants and friends. I have just, I think it's only 3-4 days back, I handed over the charge as Administrator EOSOF and moved on to a new assignment. But this is a promise I made to DG. At that time I didn't know that I won't be in Digital Bharat Nidhi, that I would come and address the gathering. It's almost 1.5 years back, in November 23, I had joined USOF, and it was a new experience for me. I didn't know the USOF fund, how it is administered, what are the projects that are being done, and how we can improve this. Having worked for 1.5 years, interacted with various industry partners, stakeholders, and associations like COAI gave me an insight of how we can leverage Digital Bharat Nidhi for improving the connectivity. Now I can tell you frankly, and my take on this is that it's a very innovative way of funding. It is quite useful to utilize the fund available under this head for improving the connectivity. And there are certain issues, there were certain challenges, which included organizational issues, because as you know, Digital Bharat Nidhi is, although attached office of DOT, is not like NHAI. It is not autonomous. It doesn't have fund at its hand, and then the team is not very well conversed with contract management. Whenever you get the work done through some contractors, EPC contractors, or some TSPs like Airtel, Reliance, BSNL, what is most important is the contract management. And having left this assignment now, I am happy to tell you that we have made some changes which I feel makes this fund to implement the project in an accelerated manner. We have shifted the office from DOT largely to East Vijayanagar. The organization is very flat, and we have set up one project management unit, PMUs, which is looking after BharatNet. The organizational structure is such, we have got a steering committee, that decision making is very fast and the organization is flat. This has happened over the period of time, but this has helped us in getting some of the achievements, and I will highlight. In mobile projects, we are implementing some 11 projects, 7 of them through private TSPs and 4 through BSNL. When I joined, only 3,000 towers had been commissioned, and these are all over the country in remote areas. When I limited the office, we had touched 21,000. Out of a total of 27,000, we feel that it was a reasonably good achievement. And this has happened because of doing some contract management, taking decisions where it is required, and also making decisions where it is not possible to go ahead and implement these projects because of the remoteness of the project. We also did, in the process, had a platform where we got a MIS developed, and all the towers which were there are now available to us through our dashboard, and we can find the information on a real-time basis. We can find out how much is data consumption per tower, per day, per month, etc. And this helps us in configuring our policy decisions or making decisions which is suitable for remote areas, or even this financial modeling which will be required subsequently. There is another work in progress in this regard, is that there are some areas which are really remote where there is no backhaul. We have been keeping this aside, and the thinking now on Digital Bharat Nidhi is that we may probably use satellite, use new technology to get some connectivity, and we can have mobile connectivity in those areas. Apart from mobile projects, which largely I would say that is coming to a conclusion, we have some 14,000 villages who are still not connected through 4G or more in the speed. Out of that, 7,000 villages we are going to cover in this existing ongoing projects, and another 7,000 we will have to do it, for which we can tap the savings under the mobile projects. Now we come to the BharatNet project, because this is where Digital Bharat Nidhi is fully involved, and I think this is where it's a game changer, not only for Digital Bharat Nidhi, but also for all the stakeholders and the department per se. As on today, we have awarded 12 packages in 18 states for implementing amended BharatNet program. As you all know, through amended BharatNet program, we want to award the project to an EPC contractor, and we want to make payments on an evidence-based payment system. We will see how much is the uptime which is available through the NOC, and we will make the payment. The idea is to get fail-safe network in terms of connectivity, and that is a precondition for having any meaningful utilization. We have awarded independent engineers, and with the EPC contractor and independent engineers, I think that we have got a whole ecosystem there. I'm happy to tell you that the EPC contractors are very reputed firms who have done great works in infrastructure, and with independent engineer and then there is a system where they can provide a network which is there for 10 years. Now if you look at this network, BharatNet network, it is from block to GP. So the idea is to have this network as an industry standard, gold standard network from block to GP. And why that is required is that you have presence of even private TSPs at the block level, but beyond block, the presence is not there. There may not be financial incentives or viability for going beyond block. But if you look at Viksit Bharat, if you look at industrial corridors, you will have to connect to rural India. If the new industries are coming up, they might come up in those areas. There can be high value customers there. So eventually you will require some connectivity there. And second is that if you look at mobile towers, our fiberization is very poor. So if you want to reach it to some 60-70%, we again have to have some backhaul, and where unlimited Bharat network could be very useful. So looking at the earlier model, I would call it was single input, single output model, which means that BSNL had got this network, BSNL is the operator, BSNL is getting the ILM, and BSNL is providing connectivity. What we need to do is a multiple input, multiple output model. And it is in this regard, before leaving, we were engaged in this exercise. We had engaged discussions with private TSPs and with the ISPs. We were saying that, look, this is mid-mile connectivity network, some 48 or 96 cable. We are using one or two. So are you ready to use it? And if you are ready to use it, what are the conditions required? So the main conditions they have said is network has to be up for 98-99%, which is factored in the contract. And second is affordability, which I think is also, we have a system where we have a committee at an arm's length who can do the discussions, who can do the stakeholder analysis and fix the rate which has a traction. So with this property, unlike mobile, which is a property of the implementing agency, this is a Government of India property, and it is important that it is being used by others on a non-discriminatory basis. So once they get it, they can use it for tower fiberization, for backhaul, and they can use it for connecting the high value customers or whatsoever they want to do it. The way I look at it, even in FTTH connections, in India we have 40 million or 4 crore FTTH connections. 36 million approximately is in urban India, and this is 50% in terms of penetration in urban India. While you look to the rural India, it is 4% at 4 million. So huge scope is available because there is an arbitrage. There can't be a case where you have a FTTH connection of 50% in urban India and 4% in rural India. So if we have our strategy right, we can connect to them. And I'm quite optimistic because after interacting with the private TSPs, I could sense that they will be ready to get the connections. And so what Digital Bharat Nidhi should do is something I call book building type of exercise, where they can, while the line is being drawn, they can, is a interest, there can be a expression or letter of intent between the various stakeholders, which could be EPC contractor, BSNL, Digital Bharat Nidhi, and the potential customer. This could be non-binding, but it could help in book building process in getting confidence that this asset is going to be used in an extensive manner. So the last thing which I would say, the strategy as a part of our strategy in Digital Bharat Nidhi is where everything is, where the meat of, where the, this, which is the most important aspect, and that is utilization. If our utilization is very good, I feel that the use of network will automatically improve because it will go into a positive cycle. So, as you know, we have started Samriddh Gram project, which is in one district, in one block, all blocks of our district, of our country. So we have around 7,000 blocks. We have found out some 4,000 blocks have 90%, more than 90% uptime village, at least 1 GP in that block. So 1 GP in each of the block can be the leading GP. And in that GP, we will try and connect as many people as possible. With that, we can look into the utilization in three concurrent circles. One of the utilization could be that we connect to all the grassroots offices. The way I look at it, in 5 years or 10 years, all the offices, it could be even earlier, all the offices in Gram Panchayat, in blocks, will be connected through broadband connection. And once that happens, the e-governance, e-office, MIS can run it, and that can increase the efficiency of the organization. The second part is e-governance part, because once the offices are connected, they can have e-governance services made available to the people, and that will reduce, it will improve the ease of living and reduce the hardships to the rural people. We can have e-health seva, we can have e-education and various other, in agriculture, e-NAM. So various applications are there and that can be utilized. And the third part is connecting to stakeholders, bringing digital economy by connecting artisans, NGOs, those who are involved in economic activities. And once we are able to connect them and we do the hand-holding so that they can be onboarded on various apps like ONDC, Amazon, etc., they will have a reach to the market, national market at least, and that will increase their income avenues. So these are some of my thoughts, and this is in these areas the Digital Bharat Nidhi is working. Now in amended BharatNet, when I said that multiple input, multiple output, we are looking at you get this network, you bring your own IRL, connect to the people below in downstream, and you can utilize the services. I'm sure that this is not the end, this is still work in progress. I have shared some of my thoughts as I have moved on, but probably there would be more discussions on it, and I'm sure that a better strategy would emerge where all of us can utilize amended BharatNet. This is third time, but I'm sure that this will be lucky this time. We are able to utilize the network and we are able to reap the benefits. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your insightful words. May I request you, sir, for the lucky draw. I would like to mention here that we have a lucky draw wherein 2 VIP passes for the IMC, that is India Mobile Congress, which is slated to be held from 8th October to 11th October at Yashobhumi. Can we read out the number, sir? This is 117. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all entered here at the reception, on your badge there was a number that was pasted especially for the delegates. Can we all check who is the lucky 7 having 117? Please come forward, sir. A big round of applause for you. This is, can we reduce the volume? This is worth 25,000 rupees. This is a VIP pass for Mobile Congress, which is scheduled to be held from 8th October to 11th. We'll have one more lucky draw, sir. Sir, can we know your name, sir? Okay, heartiest congratulations to Vivek Vashneji. What is the next number, sir? The next we have, I think I can read it at 08, or better I read it at 8, as 80. 8080. Who's the lucky one? Oh, please come forward. A big round of applause for the young lady. I would like you to come to this mic and tell your name. Please come.
Hi everyone, I'm Rachna Pillai from Vodafone Idea.
Okay, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, sir. May I now request the DG to kindly present a token of our gratitude, memento to the Honorable Shri Niraj Verma. Your iconic contribution to Bharat Nidhi is known to every Indian, sir. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.